Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Leila and today I have a special video for you guys. I'm gonna be sharing with you my tips on how to find your style, your aesthetic, how to develop it, how to find yourself. I definitely believe that style is a very important part of your life. As I have my fashion channel, obviously I do believe that fashion and style are important, but even if you're not into fashion, if you don't have fashion channel, if you don't keep up with fashion, you still do have your own style. And there might come a time in your life when you want to change it, when you want to become more bold, or you want to figure out what your style is, because you're confused. One day you wear this, another day you wear that, a year ago you were a different person. Sometimes you just feel like you became someone else on the inside and you want the facade of your persona to match your inside. There might be a lot of different reasons why at some point in your life you might want to find your style and aesthetic, or change it or develop it, and for that reason I am filming today's video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let me share with you those 10 tips that I came up with. Get comfortable, bring your beverage of choice, whether it's tea, coffee, something stronger than that. Take your notebook and take some notes, because I think these tips will be very helpful. Okay, so first and foremost, you need to approach your style and aesthetic as a way of building your own brand. So in terms of business model structure, I do believe that you are your own brand. Whatever you're doing in life, nothing matters more than who you are. You are your own business that you need to invest in the most. You need to take care of this business, because this business is not going anywhere else. And maybe me comparing myself to my own business is a bit weird for you guys, but I think that there's so much inside of us that we hide from the outer world. But I definitely believe that you are the most important business and brand you will ever be working on. No matter your occupation, you come first, and you always will come first. And if you don't take yourself seriously, if you don't think of yourself as a brand, well, honey boo boo. And when it comes to building your brand, you always want to make sure that other people perceive it in the right way. So when you're working on yourself, of course, style is gonna help you. Make sure that people perceive you in the way that you want them to perceive you, for whatever reasons it might be. And of course, the facade of yours, it's not the main and the most important thing about you, but let's keep our inside world for people that actually matter more than just whoever you meet on the street. But whoever you meet on the street will have an opinion on you, and you want to make sure that that opinion is a good one, or is true to what you are on the inside. And this is why finding your style is so important. Now let's move to the second tip. You don't need to find one style and stick to it. You are allowed to try different styles, try different aesthetics, and create your own style using those aesthetics that you find interesting, that might speak to you, that might be aesthetically pleasing for you. I feel like I did this quite a lot when back in the days I would wanna define myself as one certain style and I would want to stick to it, you know, and I would feel weird if I would want to go any other way or try any other styles, because I was like, no, this is not my style. I'm okay, I'm good. And I was a teenager at the time. Your teenage years are the time when you are supposed to try everything. One day you want to be a rock star, the next day you want to be, I don't know, a boss bitch, you know? It doesn't matter, because when you're a teenager, you have all the rights to be everything and nothing. You know, you're still looking for yourself, and you have all the right to try all the different styles. But I was putting myself into this cage where I was like, no, this is too much for me. I chose this style, like girly style, so I'm gonna stick to it. And then later on I was like, no, I want to be like, you know, more sporty. So I felt weird whenever I would want to buy a dress. I was like, no, I'll forever be wearing sneakers, for example. And today, you guys know, I made a video styling all of my aesthetics. I am so many different styles, and I'm okay with that. I made peace with that because I'm a creative person, and I would get bored by just being one certain person, aesthetic, or style. I can't stick to that. One day I want to be a hype bae, the other day I want to be a Parisian bae, you know? And I have so many different sides of me that I don't want to limit myself just to one style, and therefore not to express the other half of me, or quarter of me, or 1% of me. My tip number 3, style is your way to tell the world who you are. It's your chance to reinvent yourself. You're free to be whoever you want to be, and for your style and your aesthetic to represent that. Don't choose your style based on opinions of other people. Of course, there are other factors that do influence our style, and I'm gonna come to it a bit later. But first and most importantly, I would like to highlight why you need to focus on yourself when you're choosing your style. Not your parents, not your boyfriend, husband, your friends, the group you're hanging out with. It's okay to be different. It's okay if your significant other has different style and you enjoy different things, so you decide to dress differently. That's interesting. You know, there are so many couples today that like to dress similarly, but it's okay if you're not one of them. I know for sure I'm not one of them. I like so many different things, and my husband is more of a minimalist. Does that mean I need to stick to minimalism and never get out of my comfort zone because like that's what my significant other likes to do? No, and I'm not gonna do that, and so should you. Go ahead and try as many styles as you want. Especially, I feel like a lot of times you might feel the pressure from the closest circle, right? Like your peers, your parents. Like if your parents are not okay with what you're wearing, but that's who you are, you need to explain to them that this is your way to express yourself. Most likely you're a very creative person, because from my personal experience, people who like to express themselves are usually very creative, because to them it matters the most how they look like, what they represent, that their thoughts are being reflected through their clothes. And of course, maybe that's not always the case, but like from my experience, that was the case. So that's totally okay to show the world who you are using your style, and you should never try to change who you are because someone else is not happy with what you're wearing. Honey, I don't want to be negative or anything, but you don't need this kind of toxicity in your life. You need to be with people who respect you and let you be who you are, because style is something so personal that no one has the right to dictate to you. And now that we got this record straight, let's move to the next tip. With all that I said about people not influencing your style, there are, however, some points when some other factors might influence your style, and I think it is justifiable, so hear me out. Your style will be and should be influenced by your occupation, your role in society, and your daily routine. So for example, if you're working at the office and you do like ripped jeans and you do like mini skirts and you do like streetwear, you're not gonna be able to wear that because there is a certain dress code. And I know that because after I graduated, I had to go get a job, one of those things, and I got a job at the office, and I hated that job with all my heart. Like, it was awful. I felt like I'm betraying myself, and that's when I realized that I have to do something creative, because otherwise I'll just get depressed, because it was so hard for me to wake up every morning and go to the place that made me feel so little, you know? And a huge part of it was because I wasn't able to express myself. So my style was streetwear more at the time, and now I'm getting back into it. You know, I took a break, I feel like, and now I'm back at it again. But yeah, at the time it was like streetwear, hype bae, and I realized that, you know, for this job I need to change my closet, and I wasn't able to like go and buy, you know, 50 new jackets or like blazers or shirts. So it was like very slowly. I was struggling financially as well, so it was a lot on my plate, and last thing I cared about was my style, you know. So that's when my style, I completely lost it, and I never in my life stopped caring about my style. But that time, that year, you know, I was kind of looking for myself, you know. I felt that this old version of me no longer suits me, this current version of me does not suit me, will never suit me, but I just don't have resources to reinvent myself. And not just financially, but also like spiritually, I was so empty, I was so sad, I was depressed. So I did not have it in me to go ahead and build my new wardrobe and find my new style. And then when I finally quit my job and I got married, so I found this new identity, wifey. So I started trying out new different, you know, outfits. I wanted to rebuild my wardrobe, so I started ordering different things that I knew will fit my new vision of myself. So if you are in the same situation where I was like 2 years ago, oh my god, it's been already 2 years. First of all, I'm sorry you're going through it, because I know how hard it is, and I do not wish it upon anybody, because it's awful to not be able to enjoy what you're doing and having to do it because you have no other choice. And also if you lost your style because of your occupation, because I know how it is. Like, I like being more creative, and office job is just not for me, because you have to be like one of those, you know, suits wearing people, and it's cool for some. I know friends who love this kind of aesthetic, but it's not for me. You gotta find a job that will actually represent who you are. But if you're now going to a job where you have to stick to a dress code, baby girl, you need to make sure that that is your style. And this is something I was really hesitating to do, because I was still holding on to the old me and I didn't want to accept the new me. And when I started accepting the new me, it was time for me to quit my job, you know. So basically I was kind of like finding myself, and I knew that this job is not me. So style is never just about clothes. Style is always about something deeper, something inside of you. And as I said, if you're unhappy with your life, chances are you will then not care about your style either. It's up to you to stay or leave. I decided to leave because I couldn't go on like that. But I can tell you for sure that if you have a job that requires your style to be a certain way, baby girl, you can invest in something that does not suit that lifestyle. Okay, so next tip and next step we need to take whenever we are trying to find our style and aesthetic, you need to clean out your wardrobe. Get rid of the stuff that no longer fits your vision of yourself or your daily routine, or clothes that you simply don't wear anymore. Because why would you keep something that does you no good just for the day when you might change your mind? No, you need to clean out your wardrobe, because I believe that cleaning out your wardrobe is a very therapeutic thing. I really believe that clean wardrobe means clean thoughts, and we do need that in order to create something new. When you will clean out your wardrobe and separate clothes that you wear from the clothes you will no longer wear, look at all the stuff that you decided to keep and analyze. What did you decide to leave and why? Is it practicality? Is it style? Is it the level of comfort that you get from wearing this piece of clothing? Whatever it is, these are your keys to figuring out what your style is. I know it might be confusing. I know there are so many different styles, and it is very hard to find one style that represents you. But nothing can tell you more about your style than the clothes that you wear and love wearing and feel good in. If you have no such clothes, that's okay, because we're moving to the next tip. Make a list of items that are missing in your closet in order to build your capsule wardrobe. As I gave you guys example of me having to change my style for my corporate job that I hated so much, and I didn't want to change my style, and I wasn't ready for that. And I wish somebody would have given me all these tips that I'm giving to you guys, because I went through it myself and nobody was there. And I was so lost in my life that I didn't care about my style at all. I was just like, these are clothes and I'm wearing them. And look at me now, 2 years later, bitch, I'm coming up with how to style videos every single week, every single Sunday. And it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of research, it takes a lot of inspiration, it takes a lot of knowledge about who I am today and how I feel. in different items, you know. And I'm so grateful for this journey that I've been on. And I actually made a video myself, evolution in 10 years, and you guys can go ahead and check it out. I'll leave the link right here, where I actually show you guys how my style was changing. And I realized that back in the days when I was a teenager, I was much bolder with my style than I am today, or I used to be, you know. And I was like, it's time to change that. It's time to bring the old Leila back, because I was always into fashion. I always cared about how I look like, and I knew that if I no longer care about that, it means something is wrong with me. Nothing is wrong with you if you are not one of those people. But I was one of those people. I am one of those people. I am that bitch. So I knew that I need to fix myself and get back on track and be who I was meant to be. A fashionista. Just kidding. Not kidding, but you know what I mean. So back to the tip. Every time you go shopping, you will open the list, save it to your phone. You will open the list and you'll be like, okay, I need to shop, but what am I looking for? So many things. I want this and that. But no, girl. Because of your list, you will no longer waste your money on stuff that you don't need. You will focus on building your capsule wardrobe. You will only try to find those pieces that you actually need. No more just grabbing whatever looks nice in the store, and then you come home and you realize you made the biggest mistake of your life and you just wasted your money on something you don't even need, you don't even want, you know? So let's no longer make those mistakes. If we're building our style, if we're trying to find it, then we need to be serious about it, and we need to have some structure. Next tip is something I feel like everyone talks about, but I need to mention it because without this tip, I would be a nobody. Honestly, and that is find your inspiration. Without inspiration, nothing in this world gets done. Let's be honest. Like whatever I'm doing in life, before I actually start doing it, I need to find some inspiration. I need to know what are the trends, what are people doing, because maybe somebody came up with something I didn't even think about, and now I can see that and create something of my own. For example, if it's home decor. For example, if it's setting up my iOS 14 and customizing my, you know, home screen. If you guys didn't see that video, I'll leave the link right here. Whatever it is, whether it's creating my vision board, you need to do your research, and to find your inspiration, you can choose whether you want to do it through magazines or Instagram or Pinterest or any other social media platforms, maybe on YouTube. There are so many different people on YouTube creating all sorts of fashion content, whether you like minimalism, classy outfits, whether you like artsy, and you can find people that represent what you want to be and not copy them, but get inspired from them. And I made a video recreating Pinterest outfits just to show you guys that a lot of times I do find inspiration in those Pinterest outfits, you know, from other people. In that video I was specifically trying to recreate it, so it's a bit different, but I'm always looking for inspiration on Pinterest and Instagram, and whenever I see a stylish person, I get inspired. You know, I don't understand people who get jealous. Like, why get jealous if you can just find some inspiration and try to recreate that, add something of your own, and like find your own style using other people's material, you know, what they put out there. Like, their style is the material that you can use to create your own style. So don't be jealous, find inspiration, try to recreate it, try to add something of your own. With that being said, my next tip, however, highlights the importance of being unique. Don't try to copy anyone. There's a huge difference between getting inspired by somebody and their outfit, their style, and trying to be them. Whatever they're doing, you need to be doing because they're successful, so you need to copy them, and that will make you successful. People see that, and you don't want this kind of negativity, you know. You don't want to be somebody else's copy. You want to be your own self. You want to let your unique personality shine bright for people to know that you exist and you matter. Why? Because your style shows that. Because this channel is about fashion, so of course there are different ways to make people see that you matter, but like, I'm talking about fashion and style, so especially in this video, I'm gonna say that style is the reason why people can see that you're special, you know? So if you made it so far, you obviously agree with me, you know, because otherwise, why would you watch this video? My point is, don't be like others. Stick to who you are. And my last tip is don't be afraid to try new things. Because as I was saying in the beginning, a lot of times we feel uncomfortable trying new stuff. We feel like because this style used to be your style for so long, you have no right to try something new. You'll be a fool if you try something new. What will people think if you try something new? Who cares? Honestly, if you find aesthetic that speaks to you, if you see a girl whose style you admire, go ahead and try it. Go ahead, get inspired. Don't be jealous of somebody else and their style, their outfits. You can do it too, especially today. You can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want. And if anything in you tries to tell you to try that style, try that outfit, go to that store, order those clothes, just do it, you know? F all the rules. Just make yourself happy. If that's what you desire, you need to go ahead and try that new thing. Because change is beautiful. And without the change, you'll just stay the same. And that's boring, you know? That is it for me for today, you guys. This topic really got me going. I really was talking for a good hour, I think. Because really, honestly, how to find your style is something that I dealt with, and I know that I'll be going through style changes so many times just because I know myself. And today I say I enjoyed this style and tomorrow I'll enjoy something else and a week later something new. But I am very happy with my style today. I would say some sort of high bay mixed with feminine pieces, some grunge sometimes, you know, some casual outfits, some minimalism going on. That's me, and I'm okay with that, and I accept that, and I made peace with that, you know? So if you guys want to see some of my streetwear, classy, casual outfits, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Also, if you want to see more fashion tips, fashion content from me, join the family. Click that bell to get notified about my new videos. Leave the comment down below while letting me know if this video was helpful for you. I hope it was. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye.